All right, everybody. I'm here with my friend Eriq. I don't even know if I've seen you since COVID. Maybe no.
I don't think so.
It's been 84 years.
It's been a while.
No, I don't think so either. I met you at Tuners. We were just talking about how we met, and that's a whole nother story, but it's a freaking hilarious story.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
For this, and we'll get to this in a second.
So I had the 2004 Acura RSX Type S. It was the red one that went around town here, and I got that actually from some younger kid in Norwalk. That's where all this started. I ended up, after going through a motor shortly after getting it, I ended up
Did that thing have nitrous?
No, it did not have nitrous,
Oh,
but
okay.
I had a plan to go nitrous. I had a plan to go nitrous, but never did. I wanted a boosted car, so I just ended up going with the turbo instead of the nitrous. But so when I had the RSX and everything, one of my buddies hit me up, and actually John Evans, Evans Fab, he talked me into doing the whole turbo kit. After all that, I just kind of got hooked. From there on out, I had the car for, I had the car for two years, maybe a year and a half boosted, and then some lady ended up hitting me, and when that got wrecked, I ended up actually finding this shell, took out the motor, the trans, everything, sold the front wheel drive trans, and I said, you know what, why don't we go all wheel drive?
Yeah. How upset were you when your car got hit?
That hurt me a lot. That hurt me a lot. So we were going up to the Woodward Dream Cruise, and when we were heading up there, we were stopping to get gas, and we had at least like 5 or 6 of us, and I was the one in the back, and the moment that I seen Craig Nowak was actually in front of me. Craig was right in front of me, and the moment he turned, boom, lady hit me as I was turning into the Circle K right there on what was it, Secor.
So what is this? What, obviously it's a Honda.
So this is a K24. I got rid of the K20. That's the one that blew up. When I got the K24, I actually got this for like super cheap, and I really wish like the pricing was a lot like near that area still, because that was like $700 you get these things for.
Jesus.
But so like when I got this, I got off JDM Engine Depots. The K24A came out of the 2007 or 2008 Accord, TSXs, and I think there was another one. I cannot remember. So when that came out, that came in, and I put it in the car. Once I got the motor and everything together, we kind of started working around like my plans on like the whole entire motor. So with that, now that
you were talking about, no, you're good. You were talking about like what cars this engine came out. Was it in a CRV as well?
And yeah, yes, it is the CRV. Actually, matter of fact, it is the CRV.
I'm a big Honda boy. No big deal.
Yeah.
What did he say?
CRVs do have the K24s. They did have like everybody obsessed with the B20s, the non-VTECs. That was a time. Yeah, I ended up getting that from there, and it just kind of went to this. Like I said, after the RSX got wrecked, I was hurt, but after that, I've always wanted to go to an all-wheel drive car anyways. I always wanted to build something from like ground up, and when I got word that this shell was available at Accelerated Performance, I was like, you know what? I looked at it, I went around, I was like, it has a cage. I was like, it has potential. There's no rust or anything. The engine bay actually looks pretty decent for what it is. Maybe a few little scuffs, but you
saw it and you're like, oh, this really is a ground up kind of project.
God,
if I do
this is actually this is exactly what I pictured.
Right
here.
Was this the chassis you pictured it in?
Yes, yeah. Because I had way back in the day. I don't remember if you remember. I had the gold EG hatch. That's kind of what turned me on the whole hatch part. And ever since then, I was like, I need to get myself back in a hatch. A lot of my other friends were like, you need to get yourself back in a hatch. So all I had was just a cage. It was just the black cage. Everything was all painted freaking silver. It was just a mess. We cut out a lot of the stuff in the back. Still got a lot of other little fabrication stuff to attend to. So we ended up getting a little bit more stuff out of this. I ended up flocking the dash, kind of cutting it apart. It already was mostly cut, and I just wanted to make it look a little bit better. But I got the race quip seats from my sister. She works at Detroit Speed in North Carolina.
Oh,
Shout
really?
out to Detroit Speed. Yeah, they're freaking awesome. I even toured the facility there, and really cool people.
That's super cool.
Yeah, Kevin Hart actually gets his cars worked on there.
No shit.
Yeah. So I got the seats. I kept the old steering wheel. Kind of kept the old quick release setup. It actually fit really well. Let's see. I kept the shifter. I got the K-Tune shifter. So then now back here, this is where all the other fabrication stuff that I need to do yet. But I got the fuel cell. A little bit bigger than I wanted to go. I was supposed to get a 10, but I got a 15 because I thought about like
If you street driving a lot.
Street driving. Like I don't want to be.
It probably came with a 14-gallon tank in the first place, didn't it?
Yeah, so it's like one of those things. I was like, it's all right. I'll just go ahead and keep that. But and then for the most part, like up here, what I added, let's see, I added the DC5 Creations catch can. I got the Hasport mounts. I bought the Skunk 2 street manifold. Just got the radium injector. Oh, not injectors. The fuel rail. I am waiting for the injectors currently. Let's see. I got the traction bar. I got the. I deleted the power steering.
Because race car.
Yeah. I'm running the CRV diff, and that I've been told to not run that at all because those do not hold.
Like at all.
I need to get the Wago van differential, but trying to find those are
because
very
everybody's
hard.
doing this, and they didn't make many of those
and everybody's
Wagos.
buying the Wago vans, taking everything apart.
So
using them.
what trans do people recommend, or do they recommend like just building those with like a gear
Honestly,
set and stuff?
Soto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know who he
so-
is. I don't think I've ever actually met him.
Yeah, no.
No, I know.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy? I've talked to him before online,
Yeah, that's
but
one of my boys. I've known him for a really, really long time. But he recommended, just like everybody else, go dog box.
dude, just straight to fucking dog box.
Go dog box. Once it's done, and it'll be good. And I don't really plan on racing it too much. I want to enjoy the car. I went with the FCS bolt-in all-wheel drive kit. It's kind of tough. I got it jacked up a little bit, but I went with it has the Willwood brakes on it. It came with the lower control arms, the plate for the differential.
Are you gonna keep the powers?
I probably won't. So many people always tell me to keep it, but I probably won't. I do like those click.
Yeah.
I like that. I was like, dude, this is actually nice.
Well, it's nice that it's already. I just leave the switch, and then if you start racing and doing more, like getting a little more competitive, then maybe think about it. But like if you're going to like car meets and shit,
Yeah.
or you're at
I'll
Kroger,
probably keep it on there just to keep it on there. But yeah, like you said, once I go to use it, I'll have it there.
well, yeah, you don't want to be like ready
Why
to
that
leave
was
and it's
there?
off, and you're like, what the fuck? I don't have power to my car.
Yeah, exactly.
Battery's dead, and then somebody's like, well, did you check your switch? And it's been 45 minutes. Willwoods?
Yeah, the Willwoods. Yep, the D2 coilovers and all the Heim joints and everything. Like this is. When I got this kit, dude, I was freaking out. I'll tell you that much, because there was like so many.
Like excited or lots of things?
Yeah, there's just a lot of things, going on with the whole rear end and like making sure I just had it adjusted right, which I'll end up having to adjust it again for sure.
Tell me, well, actually, before you tell me your to-do list, where's that fancy piece of billet that I asked you about earlier?
Right here.
The most Okay, first of all,
It's loose still. But...
are you doing it in the back or the trunk?
No, so this actually sits right up here in the bumper. It'll end up sitting right up in here, just like that.
Where's the original location?
The original location
it's
is
probably
right
right
here.
there.
Yep.
Okay.
So I end up. This came with this is a whole kit. So this came with the terminals, all the wiring and everything.
Oh, I saw some going through the door.
Yeah, so I actually got these. I haven't really put them in yet, but installing the 2 terminals.
Nice.
Boom, right up here. So
good stuff.
Yeah, it's a nice little kit. I really like it. No, I just want to build it just the right way and like how I like envision it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might take me a little bit. It's been It's been 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
That I've had this, and it'll be going on 3. And I really want to get it done this year, but again, I'm not gonna sit here and rush it.
So yeah, so like let's get into what all you have right here, and then like what all needs done to the car.
So what all needs done to the car yet is the wiring, and that's one of the biggest things. Is I got the Fuel Tech FT550. Shout out to Soto. He ended up him, Soto, Craig, Colin, and a few other of my friends, I believe. They all came together, and for my wedding day, they reached out to Real Street.
I saw that video, yeah.
Yeah, and they got a bunch of gift cards. Well, they also got like a gift box, and I got like sweatshirts and all that other stuff.
Dude,
but
that's so cool.
They went out, they did that, and you know, they were like, hey, all the money, you know, your wife's gonna end up getting all that money for the wedding. You need car parts though, so the boys got you gift cards, so that way your wife can't spend
the
money.
car part money for
I
wedding.
was like, you know what?
That is so cool.
I was like, that's a really good look. I appreciate it, boys.
No, that's super cool. Because it doesn't hold you up from making progress, because that is a more important life thing. Yeah.
You know, yeah, because they felt bad for when the RSX was wrecked, you know, and they wanted me back out, and I wanted to be back out, but I also did have a little bit of feeling of like just kind of leaving it for a little bit.
Yeah. Is this all the intercooler piping and everything from the RSX?
Yeah, this is all the old intercooler piping. I kept it just because it has like the couplers. If I end up going with the same size piping, I got my couplers still, and then obviously like the blow-off valve and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm actually gonna go drop the car off very soon to John Scroggs. He's gonna go ahead.
Yeah, Scroggs Fab.
Yeah. He's going to go ahead and weld everything up and place it for me and kind of go from there.
So, like, main thing, does it have, like, still have all of the, like, factory pedals and everything?
So, yeah, there's, I'm missing one of the pedals in there.
Was it a factory auto car, or was it a factory, like, 5-speed car?
So, what I think, it was an auto car because there's a homemade plate that sits right in the tunnel, and it was just kind of, like, chopped up a little bit. So I was like, they probably
swap. You had to swap it.
Yeah, so they just put a plate over it, and they just put the RSX shifter mounts right there.
Yeah, so you'll have to do mount up a sleeve and everything for it. Yeah, but I mean, whatever. It's not the end of the world. It would have been a little easier if it was a factory manual car. Yeah. Because, with it going manual, but I don't.
Yes and no, because due to the K series, it needs the certain shifter. Yeah, I mostly have everything, but again, like you said, yeah, it's just I need the fuel lines, wiring, my injectors, obviously.
Yeah, which are on the way.
Like, really, though, it would just get down to a point where I just need a battery.
Yeah.
I just need a battery.
No, and is it a stock engine?
Yeah, it is a stock internal engine. It is. As much as it looks all pretty and stuff.
Again, street driving for a while.
Yeah.
Street driving.
It is just a stock engine, had it on E85. It had 18 pounds of boost.
So what was the engine in that turbo kit in the RSX? Do you know what it was making?
So I never ever was able to successfully get to a dyno. Stuff happened with Soto in the shop, and I wasn't able to get a hold of a dyno again. The nearest dyno that he could get a hold of was an hour and a half.
That's a hike.
It was just a hike, and just timing never worked out right. Mm-hmm. So, but dyno, Soto felt like it was 100% hitting 500.
And he does lots of Honda stuff, so like it's probably
he's a real big Honda guy. Like that's what he started out doing, was like a lot of Honda stuff, and I mean he does all platforms across the whole board, but
that's cool.
He mostly is like all about the Honda stuff, so save my motor.
Any appearance wise, like are you gonna keep these wheels like the Honda Hot Boy special? Yeah,
see, these wheels actually came on the car when I got it, just so it would roll out of the spot that it was sitting in. Those are not going to be on the car, no. Right. So when I bought these and tires, drag tires, right before the RSX was wrecked.
Oh,
so
no.
These showed up, and I was literally waiting on the tires. I ended up canceling my tires. Luckily, I had time to still. But I was like, you know what? I was like, how...
Just get two more of those.
How can I make this work? And I'm starting to think, like, I can get the five lug swap. Like, back in the day, everybody did 5-lug swap. But is that still available?
Yeah.
So I ordered my kit with a 5-lug.
Oh, you already got the kit? Okay.
So I ordered my kit 5-lug, and I was like, well, my buddy Pat reached out to me. He goes, hey, I found the knuckles you need. They're off of the CRV. They're like the same knuckles, and they're 5-lug. And they also work for the axle spline for the axles.
Yeah.
So it's like I could still run the stock axles, which I got. That saved me a little bit of money. And the stock axles are actually pretty strong. They're not bad at all.
So yeah, it's kind of working out, and you already have the wheel.
Yeah, I got some parts sitting and just waiting, but
Gonna keep the car white?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep it white for right now. A lot of people told me to kind of wrap it, and they were also saying to wrap it the color that my EG was, which was that
gold.
That gold.
I've seen you post pictures of it.
Yeah, they want me to wrap it gold again just for the throwback, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It's embarrassing.
When I get all the parts, dude, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. One night.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be one night. We're gonna have it up and running, dude. It's gonna be one late night. I'm trying to think. What else?
Let's run one more lap around it.
Yeah, let's see what else.
Your motor mounts are sick. Are they? Is there an actual bushing, or are they solid?
Those are solid. They're
I don't want to daily that.
Yeah, I got the extreme race bushing in it, so yeah, they'll be. Fucking solid.
Your K-Tune was it tensioner?
Yep, the tensioner. Those are all. That's the power steering delete. I put on the billet timing cover. I did do that. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
I did do that. Trying to think of what else.
Those engine mounts.
I ended up kind of painting a little bit of the parts here and there, just kind of make it look a little bit better. But honestly, God, that's kind of it. I mean, I have some parts downstairs. I can go grab them.
Nah, it's all right.
My fuel tech and stuff. I keep that all inside.
What is it?
Oh yeah,
radiator.
Yeah, my new radiator.
One of the small ones.
Yeah, it's I ended up getting it. It's a CSF half rad. I got it with the AN lines. So like this will end up going with my intercooler to John Scroggs. See if he can mount this up for me or find a spot, make a spot.
Is it was it made specifically for this chassis, or you just buy it and you?
Yeah, I just bought the half rad, but we did some research, me and my buddy Pat, and we found which ones like everybody was running. I had a full radiator, which is that one up there.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of the hatches, they always have a half radiator. So it's like, why go full? I'm just going to run this. It saves me more room. It still keeps it cool.
Yeah, it looks like a thicker core, and I'm sure that's a lot better fan.
And a lot better freaking radiator than that thing, because that is 100% eBay right there. I put that on the RSX. Yeah, I had an eBay radiator with the turbo RSX. It's great.
Heck yeah. Yeah, dude. Well, thanks a lot for being like the first person that's,
Yeah, being first person is definitely honor. There we go. I mean, you got it started off now.
Yeah, and like I'm not trying to be like I think I might have told you this when I asked you if we could do this. I'm not trying to be like that dude in blue where I'm just driving, reviewing people's stuff. It'd be a lot of fun. Not trying to do that. I'm not trying to be like 1320 where they're like, all right, what's the car setup? And I'm not trying to do that. This is to try to get more people involved, try to get people around like town so everybody knows who you are. Or if they see it, they're like, oh, I think I saw that guy. Or, maybe somebody else wants to do an all-wheel drive Honda and you can tell them it's not worth it, buy a Subaru. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, dude, honest to God, I think it is worth it, but it's not worth it. I would say just make sure you do your research if you were to go all-wheel drive versus front wheel. Truthfully, I would already have it done if I went front wheel.
Right.
But what's the sense in front wheel? What's fun in that?
Yeah. At that point, you might as well have just bought another RSX.
I already had the front wheel, and then guess what? It just spun.
Yeah.
It wouldn't go anywhere. So I don't want that anymore.
One thing that I really like about this, although there's lots of people that are doing it, it's not like there's not many street cars that do it. I feel like maybe there's some, but it's usually like the race car guys that do it. So you doing one that will do some racing and then be just be around town. That's really cool.
I just want it all around. Just I can take it anywhere. I don't want it to sit in the garage until a race event. And again, repeating myself, but it's just too much. It becomes down to just too much. So
I'm really interested to see how the trans and the diff hold up, because you're telling me those are weak points in the driveline, but that's also cost, effective.
Yeah, I mean, honest to God,
if it holds up,
once it's done and we have it running and driving, we'll go take it for a rip, and you may or may not see it just Let go. You never know. You
no,
just
that
never
would
know.
ideally it doesn't happen, but it would be freaking hilarious.
Yeah, you just never know.
God.
I've been told so many times, just do not run this diff, but I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna put the locking plates in it. I don't plan on like really launching it. Will I probably launch it?
Oh, dude.
I might.
Have you ever launched an all-wheel drive car?
Well,
Well, yeah, you've been in car like Craig's car, I'm sure.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah,
Craig's
all-wheel drive launches are the
the
tits,
Evo
dude.
was pretty freaking insane.
Oh,
that
dude.
car was a fast car.
I see the Subaru guys all the time, like telling other guys like, don't launch it, or if you do it on like gravel or in the snow, that's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like this at the time, like when I still had my STI, and I'm over here like I launched my shit on the road like 9 times this morning on the way to work. Don't care. People like, is it bad for you to break something? I'm like, yeah. And then I'm gonna fix it and do it again. Like, what am I? What are you talking about?
That's the thing is, I'll end up probably grenading the diff or the trans, and I'm just gonna do it all
Such
over
is
again.
life.
But I'll end up sourcing out a Wago van differential next time, and look at what are my options for the transmission? Do I want to go dog box? Do I not? I mean, that's a really big jump, but it's just one of those things.
Cool.
So, yeah. I'm hoping I'll end up having it running next time, and we'll be able to go on a drive and such, and actually feel the car and feel the power of it.
I'm excited for you for this. All right, thank you so much, my dude.
Thank you, dude.
This is great.